To order.
Ken Dawson.
Here.
Jihan Hashim.
Here.
Jason Trejo.
Here.
Thank you.
Right. Now let's say the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Thank you. We have some important stuff to do right now. We're going to recognize our students and staff, and I'm going to turn that over to Dr. Thiele, and he will.
All right, we've got a lot to get through and a lot of fun stuff tonight. So we're going to start with gymnastics. I think both principals are coming up for this.
Yes.
Good evening, everyone. So it isn't too often that we get to present on the same thing when we're celebrating. But we are so lucky tonight to celebrate our Trostangs, which, as I think everyone knows, is our state championship gymnastics team that represents both Downers Grove South and Downers Grove North. I'll let Courtney say a few words, and then we're going to introduce Coach Campos.
Awesome. Yes, we don't often get to celebrate these things at the same time, and so tonight we are very lucky to present our Trostangs. And I just have to say, it has been so wonderful watching these young women just absolutely shine, and I cannot tell you how proud I am of them. They were just so beautiful when they performed, and we are so lucky to be able to say that they are state champions. So, Kristen, if you wouldn't mind coming on up and introducing your team.
Hi. First, just want to kind of acknowledge a few accomplishments that this group has had beyond being state champions this year. They went completely undefeated in every dual meet, invitational, you name it, not one person could beat them this year. They were completely dominant in their performance, including at state. This was the largest winning margin in over 25 years of the state meet history. So it was really something to celebrate what they were able to do as a group. So tonight we have 7 of the 8 with us. So if you could just stand real quick when I call your name. Edie Condon, Allie Polanski, Kaylin Landry, hold on, who is also a state finalist on bars, earning 5th in the state. And then Emily Kupta, Genevieve Harrian, who's your all-around and balance beam champion, and second on vault. Caroline Phillip, she was a vault finalist also. Lauren DC. And then I have to acknowledge my assistant coaches, Kylie Bosco and Bill Norris. It is truly a group effort. And I'm going to introduce Kaylin and Genevieve to say a couple words. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Kaylin Landry. I would like to start off by thanking our coaches, Campos, Kylie, and Bill, for leading us to be our best and leading this record-breaking season. The title of state champion signifies so much more to this team than what is led on. It simply adds a cherry on top to the real depth of Downers Grove Gymnastics. State champs means to us the family we have created with our bonds, with our special bonds and relationships that I will always have close in my heart. The title shows our support and accountability we have for one another. We lift each other up and all strive to be our best with every competition, every practice, and each turn. From our bus rides blasting music, our talks feasting over cookies, the conditioning we push through together, every 9.0 or better beam routine. From our tough competitions, our tears, the go take a walk and eat an Oreo practices, to that feeling of cheering during every routine, keeping our feet up on bales, having a party on floor, getting our handstands, and hitting 5 for 5 on beam, or really any event. And the love we feel for each other when we get to stand up on the podium and hold the trophy that tells us that it is all worth it and hard work truly pays off. So being crowned state champs to the Trostangs doesn't just mean winning. It means our ups and downs we have been there together for, our love for gymnastics that we share, and most importantly, the love we have in this family.
Hi, I'm Jen, and a question I always get asked is, how did I do that, or how do I make gymnastics look so easy? But the truth is, it's not just me, but it's the people around me that got me to this point. From my parents who have driven me to every practice and have come to every meet, to my coaches who have helped me to find my happiness in the sport again, and to my teammates for being my biggest cheerleaders and support, I wouldn't be where I am today without each and every one of you. My team is a family, and I'm so unbelievably proud of each and every person. Seeing our hard work pay off at the state meet was something so special to see and to be a part of. This season was record-breaking, literally, and everyone worked hard to achieve our goals together. We really put in the work this season and spent countless hours in the gym. I always had my teammates to give me pep talks and to do all my assignments with. I'm really gonna miss everyone from our bus rides, Oreo eating, obstacle course making, and more. It's truly been an honor to be a part of this team for the past 3 years. I dedicate my success to my coaches and teammates. They've been with me every step of the way and didn't just make me a better gymnast, but a better person. I thank my coaches for pushing me to be the best person I can and for giving me an unforgettable high school gymnastics experience. I thank my teammates for constantly picking me up and being my best friends. Lastly, I thank all the supporters who have followed us and been there to support us along the way. This was a fantastic season, and I wouldn't have wanted my senior year to end any other way. Thank you.
There's more. Okay. On behalf of District 99, congratulations. It was fun to come watch you all on the last day of competition, and it was incredible to see everything that you had to offer. So great work on a wonderful season. It was just great to see your talent out there. I know you guys have been on the podium a lot, so you're probably familiar with it. But when we have state champions, both our villages of Downers Grove and Woodridge get in on the celebrations as well. So we have a couple from the village of Downers Grove recognitions and some hardware to hand out as well. But some of the highlights in the stack that I have here for gymnastics include that from the village of Downers Grove, their whole staff, including Bob Barnett, the mayor, are celebrating with you today and has declared tomorrow, Tuesday, March 4th, as Downers Grove Gymnastics Team Day in the village of Downers Grove, and has declared Wednesday, March 5th in name of Genevieve, and she has her own day. I met today with the staff from Woodridge and from Gina Cunningham, the mayor. We met with them today, and they shared some celebrations with us as well and said to pass on their best. And they have declared today as Community High School District 99 Gymnastics Team Day, and has declared today as well Genevieve Harrion Day. Up here for a photo with the board. Coaches too, come on up.
Sits on all the days for
Looks like one of you guys. Should I move sides?
Kind of try to find like a little window so I can see your faces. That'd be great. Yeah.
Right. We've done this a few times.
Yeah.
Pictures too.
Let's do it. All right. One.
Come on, parents can come.
I'll take a few.
All right, parents, if you want to come up and take photos, you're welcome to.
Where are you? Yeah.
I think we need Oreos to celebrate.
I
I know, right? I keep hearing about them.
Congratulations.
Right, you're up, I think. Okay.
I think with as many times as Oreo was said tonight,
There should have been Oreo.
Nabisco's needs to
Sponsor the team.
Yes. So put that down as a person to contact.
That's right.
That's right. We'll send them the video.
Yeah.
All right, our celebration from South High continues. So gymnastics is definitely a legacy at Downers Grove South in District 99, and so is our speech team. And I just think it's so fun that they tend to be in the same weekend. So we have our two big powerhouse programs who go and compete same weekend, sometimes same time, and it is such a joy from my end to be a part of it. So our South speech team was state runner up, so second in state. Very, very close. Multiple first place. We have 2 first place and a second place. And I'm just so proud of them. Love being a part of your season. With that, I'm going to introduce Coach Justin Makovich, and he's going to talk about their successes from the season.
Hi, everyone. So I had this weird moment at the beginning of the season realizing that this was my 20th year being a part of DGS speech. It's a long time to be involved with anything, specifically speech. And I think the one thing that always kind of stands out to me is the team aspect of it. You know, gymnastics, speech team, track, sometimes we don't look at those as being like a team sport because there's so many individual accomplishments, but it truly is something that is brought together with a team. And I think our team this year, competitive success aside, they were always there supporting each other and being there for each other at all aspects of competition, helping each other out when they've had bad days, supporting each other and propping each other up when they've had good days, and being proud of each other. So I am incredibly proud of what this team did this year. So let's say hi to all our teammates. So we have Madison Beecham. We have Joe Conyer. We have Abby Hebron. And we have Charlotte Clinton. Jack Mealy. Zoya Siddiqui. Then we have Jillian Myers. Jillian was also 4th place in the state in extemporaneous speaking. Then we have Juliana Conyer. She was our state runner-up in oratory and 4th place in impromptu. And then we have Sebastian Blanco. He was our state champion in radio speaking, and Carly Blue. Carly and Sebastian were our state champions in dramatic duet acting as well. And of course, the season isn't done. We're getting ready for nationals now, and then we'll probably take a break till about June, so we'll get about 2 months off of speech, but it is a long season. Could I please have our seniors, Sebastian and Juliana, come up here to have a couple of words about our team?
Hi, I'm Juliana. So one thing that I've heard throughout all 4 years on the speech team is that speech stays with you. And when I was a freshman, I kind of thought, well, this is just something I'm going to do in high school, and then I'm going to go to college and I'm going to move on. But that's not how it works. You soon figure out speech really does stay with you, not only because of all the skills you learn in public speaking and writing, but also in the relationships that you form and the bonds that you make. Those are some of the most formidable moments in my high school career, my relationships with my coaches, my teammates, and students from other teams. I'm never going to forget competing alongside all of them and just learning from each and every one of them. And they inspire me every single day to be better, not only as a speech kid, but as a person. And it's just something that's so special. And so I think it's the best part of this activity. So I hope that as we leave and move on to the next stage in our lives, that will continue as the legacy of the Downers Grove South speech team just continues to grow.
Yeah,
ditto. This team has been probably the biggest part of my life for the last 4 years, and it's going to be really sad leaving, but I mean, I've spent hours every week with all of these people, and just some of the best days of my life. And I like she said, I'll stay with some of these people for the rest of my life. And I mean, Mr. Magovich has been probably the most influential figure in my life. So thank him, and thank everyone for allowing us to do what we do.
Justin, can
So, you know, I went to the IHSA website and saw how well gymnastics had done, been on the podium all 3 of the past years, and that was impressive. And then I was like, I think speech has been there a lot too. So I went to the IHSA website and I actually looked it up, and it took a while to count it out, and I had to double check. But in the past 40 years, the South High speech team has won first or second place 29 times. That's what we call dominant, folks. All right. Also, the Village of Downers Grove and Village of Woodridge would like to recognize our speech, honor our speech team and individual finishers. So I have here in this stack here some proclamations from the Village of Downers Grove, once again from Mayor Barnett, that recognize Thursday, March 6th as Sebastian Blanco Day in the Village of Downers Grove. And has named Friday, March 7th as a co-day for Sebastian Blanco and Carly Blue. The Village of Woodridge is named today the following, in the honor of the following, as Sebastian Blanco Day, as Carly Blue Day, as Juliana Conyer Day, and the Downers Grove Speech Team Day. So congratulations, Coach. Do we have the team come on up and get some pictures? No, please don't. It's all about the kids. All right, if any parents want to come up and take photos, don't run away yet. Yeah. My mom. They've been watching on this.
No. School is safe. So whenever we're outside.
I know all your peers.
It'll be on the socials.
Congratulations again.
Thank you. Get a lot of weird looks.
Oops, sorry about that.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah, they were great.
All right. The next portion of our celebration, we're going to be celebrating some individual athletes who excelled in their sport. But first, for girls tennis, we are recognizing tonight Coach Josh Forst, who, as you can see, is IHSTCA Coach of the Year. And I wanted to read an email celebrating Coach Forst. So they'll say, I get lots of emails as a principal, and they're all wonderful. But this one is just some of those really, really special emails that I get. So it is actually written to Coach Forst, but I was copied. And it says, Coach Forst, let me be the first to congratulate you on your selection as an Illinois High School Tennis Coaches Association Girls 2A Regional Coach of the Year. Your efforts to better your student athletes and provide an environment to grow the sport of tennis in the state of Illinois has been recognized by your fellow coaches and the IHSTCA. The IHSTCA will be recognizing you at a winter workshop. They gave me the date. We celebrated. And I just wanted today to publicly thanks Coach Forst for all the work you do. So you can come join me up here. And as part of the celebration, Worth Girls Tennis, we also are celebrating All-State athlete Gabby David today, and I'm going to have Coach Forrest talk about Gabby a little bit, and then Gabby will say a few words too.
Hi guys. So first of all, this is 100% about Gabby. She has been such an amazing leader and captain of our team for the last 3 years. I could give you a million different stats for her, and I will in a sec, but I think the most important thing for Gabby is she is truly a student leader in our district, between tennis and everything outside of tennis that she does. She is always the first person to step up and take on any committee or anything in our school. And then obviously she is one of those athletes where, as a coach, one of the things you look for is you hope for the opportunities to coach athletes that truly give everything to the sport, and that's Gabby. In her 3 years, she's been a state qualifier all 3 years. She's been an all-state tennis player twice in that time. She has nearly already eclipsed 100 wins in her 3 seasons. We haven't even had an athlete in 4 seasons eclipse 100 wins in the past 10 years. She almost did it in 3, and she did that while playing in the top singles position and arguably one of the most competitive areas of tennis that we have. She puts everything into the sport, and I think that that's been a huge part of our success as a program, both obviously with her as a competitor and how she sets the tone for everyone else on the team. So I'm incredibly proud of her, and I'm really ecstatic that we're doing something to honor these different athletes, and just so proud of you. So, yeah.
All right, so I had nothing prepared today, but I love this sport, so it's kind of easy to talk about it. This team has meant so much to me over these years. Honestly, like high school tennis, I was really contemplating even playing it because it's kind of an interesting dynamic going from like individual USTA, like very competitive my whole life, to like high school season, which is definitely more laid back, but it honestly has meant the world to me and taught me so many lessons in leadership and making me a better athlete. And honestly, as you said, we're in one of the most competitive divisions, so I'm not going to get any easy matches. It's not going to be an easy season ever, but I'm just so honored to be under such an incredible program and have such an incredible coach, obviously. He's won this award for a reason. He is always my biggest supporter and always like making me so much more positive, because I'll be honest, I'm not the most positive person on the court, but he definitely helps out with that, so I'm extremely grateful. So thank you.
We'll do a picture with everyone.
We'll just rotate. We'll get everybody up and do
Okay.
pictures in a second.
Stay tuned.
Let's just recognize everybody first.
All right, next up, I'd like to invite head cheer coach Shannon Leahy to come join me. We are celebrating two all-state athletes today as part of our cheer team, Ivy and Jada, and I'm going to let Shannon talk about them and celebrate them on behalf of the team. Yes, I should figure it out. No.
Hi, I am thrilled to be here talking about Ivy and Jada. I honestly could not think of 2 better athletes to represent the DGS cheer program. They have been recognized for all of their amazing accomplishments and contributions to the sport of cheerleading. In order to be nominated, they needed to demonstrate a variety of skills at the highest level of difficulty according to our IHSA cheer rubric, and they did that and so much more. And it is their talent and character that landed them 2 out of the 20 spots to represent the large varsity division on the all-state team. And they did that out of 100 plus nominations. So we could not be prouder of our 2 athletes, and we are just thrilled that we get them for another year on DGS cheerleading. So congratulations, girls.
We were conferring that our athletes just wanted to give a shout out to their coach instead of coming up to the mic. Next up, I'm going to ask Chris Hernandez, head boys soccer coach, to come join me. We are celebrating Daniel, who is also an all-state athlete for the Coaches Association. Come on up.
Hello, everybody. I had the pleasure of coaching Danny now for 3 years. in the boys program. And we often talk about leadership in many different formats, but there is something to be said about the silent leader. Silent leader, that's the first one in the gym for off-season workouts, the one that's pulling your teammates up if they're having a bad day, the one that is taking the role of a captain, and no matter hard times, good times, being the backbone of that team. And that's Danny. And like I said, I've had the pleasure of working with him. Over these 3 years, you see a lot of growth. Growth in terms of maturity, growth in terms of ability, and growth in terms of being a human being. And with Danny, this year, it kind of all came together. And he was elected as one of the top 5 All-State players for our section of the state. Danny has had a fantastic year, ranking now in career points, 10th all-time with 74 points. He's had 29 goals and 16 assists in his career. Both are top 10 stats for a program, which has had some great success over the years. Collectively, this season, I know he doesn't like me talking about it, but Danny, this is the one time to kind of talk it up. On the season, he finished up with 14 goals and 13 assists, making him one of the most dynamic attacking players in DuPage County, recognized by teams throughout the entire state, and obviously from the Illinois High School Soccer Coaches Association, where he was ranked as one of the top 20 attackers in the state. So as a player, as a human being, as a teammate, I'm incredibly proud of how Danny has culminated his high school career as a senior. Congratulations.
Hello, my name is Daniel. I also didn't have anything prepared today. Yes. I've been playing soccer ever since I could remember. Like, it's honestly brought some of the most amazing memories, and I could say without a doubt that these last 4 years have been some of the most special times of my life. And I could honestly say that it wouldn't be possible without our amazing coaches and our staffs that have helped us throughout our journey and pushed us along our way.
All right. And finally, girls volleyball and coach Madison Babbage. We have 2 IVCA All-State players. This was a phenomenal season to be a part of. All of us loved cheering with you and being there every step of the way. So I'm going to introduce Coach Babbage, and she's going to talk about Alex and Sylvia.
Hi, everyone. So Alex and Sylvia have been our team captains. Sylvia has been on varsity for the last 3 years, and Alex has been on varsity all 4 years. This was our first winning season record-wise in a while. In the 4 years I have been here, they came in with me. I like to call it the same class, and it's truly because of these 2 and the other 2 seniors that kind of bought into the culture change that I'm trying to bring to this program. We went into playoffs this year as the 3rd seed, and we took down Crosstown, Downers Grove North, and some of them don't like it, but it feels good to say. They were the 1 seed, and we beat them in an awesome 3-set victory, which these girls and I will remember forever. We were 1 game short to make it down to state, but finishing in the top 8. Everyone, all the newspapers and people that interviewed me after games were just like, how are they doing this? How are you doing this? You weren't supposed to do this. And we got hot in the end, and these girls bought in, the entire team, and with these 2, like I said, buying into the understanding of we're trying to get back to our roots with girls volleyball itself. Definitely these 2 kind of put the team on their back and led them and made the underclassmen on the team really truly believe in the process and the determination of what we're trying to do on the court and in the community just in volleyball. The award that both of these girls received, there was a lot into it that they had to meet. Their GPA for 1, so student athlete, and then it goes down to how many kills they hold overall for all of girls volleyball in the state, how many aces serving wise, how many digs, how many set assists, So there's a lot of individual records. There's a lot of volleyball in this state of Illinois. A lot of teams have anywhere from 12 to 20 girls on the roster. So to have our school get 2 is also very rare for the award to happen. So they should be super proud. So like I said, congratulations. If I could keep you and pay you some money for a fifth year like they do in college, I would.
Don't say that in public in front of the board.
But I can't.
She's just kidding.
Yeah, just kidding. But congratulations, and like I said, you guys should be proud, and I hope it was a memorable season for you guys, because I'll never forget it.
Alright, hi, I'm Alex.
I'm Sylvia.
And we were really told we had to make a speech, so bear with us. So yeah, I've been on this team for the past 4 years, and honestly, having Babbage as my coach, there's been a lot of good, but also not the best. But it's honestly the best though, because Babbage was the first person to actually push me past my limits and force me to see failure, which I feel like I've never had a coach do that to me before, making her one of the most influential people in my life. And also this program has shaped me so much into becoming a leader and becoming confident in myself, and I really want to thank you and all the players and all the people that have supported me, including my parents and every single coach that I've had in the past, to leading me to where I am today. And yeah, it's just something I'm very thankful to experience. Do you have anything or no?
So when we started this season, if you told us we got top 8 in state, I would have never believed you, and I feel like I would have kind of laughed. But we've grown a lot since the start to the end, and I feel like we've bonded really well as a team, and it's never been like that in previous years. I feel like me and the girls on the team have we've never connected as much as we have this year, and that definitely drove us to success. And me and the coaches have always had a special bond. I'll never forget them. I can always rely on them for anything, even if it's outside of volleyball. They'll always be there to help me, and I'm very glad I was part of the season, and I'm very proud of us.
I think that concludes our celebration. We do want everyone who was recognized in tennis, cheer, soccer, and volleyball to come up for a picture. And just on behalf of our whole school community, congratulations again to everyone.
I know. It's thank you.
I didn't know. Yeah, you guys got to be in the front. We'll be in the back. Come in front. All right, parents.
Win a prize.
All right, this is a public meeting. You're all welcome to stay here for the rest of the evening, but I understand if you have homework and stuff to do.
The excitement is yet to come.
It is.
While they're doing that, North can get ready for.
Yeah. Guys, if you want to come in, they're in the throng of the crowd.
Yeah.
They're being pushed back.
We'll take a break here as they come in.
Guys, come on in. Perfect. You guys can sit right up here. Okay, ready?
Yep.
Okay, wonderful. Well, thank you tonight. We are really excited to present student perspectives from North High. Shannon made a comment that I am dressed in South colors tonight, but I didn't do that on purpose. I did that to match our lovely DECA students, as you can see. They came prepared tonight, and I'm so excited for them to present about DECA. I can never remember what DECA stands for. We talked about it before the meeting. It's Distributive Education Clubs of America. And so they're going to talk a little bit about what they do, and they compete, and we're having a send-off for them this week, which is really exciting because they're going to state. So I'm going to call up Yash, Kate, Joey, Russ, and Nolan to come on up and talk about DECA.
All right, do you guys want the clicker? Or you want to just like say beep and I advance it? Which one would you prefer?
We'll take clicker.
You guys are experienced with clickers.
Okay, so my name is Russ. I'm a senior at Downers Grove North. I've been doing DECA all 4 years, and this year I competed in a finance team event with my partner Nolan, and then I'm also doing a written event at State.
My name is Nolan Herder. I'm a senior as well. I competed with Russ in a finance event, and I also competed in a startup business plan with Russ and Kate.
My name is Joey Siebert. I'm a senior here at DGN as well. I've been in DECA all 4 years, and I compete in a marketing event with my partner Montes Polabinskis, but he's not here.
My name is Kate Peterson, and I'm a senior as well, and I've been in DECA all 4 years. And then, as you heard before, I compete in a entrepreneurship event with Russell and Nolan, but I also compete in a single event in marketing.
Hey everyone, my name's Yash Garg. I'm a junior. I compete in the Business Finance Series event.
Now, for a little bit about what DECA is, basically we do field trips throughout the year. So we start off by doing a fall leadership event. This is the first thing that we do in October with everyone in the club as long as they sign up. We go out to lunch at Portillo's, and then we also learn a lot about networking with other people and how to be professional. Then we have our competitions, which start in January with a sectional event. At sectional, everyone's able to go. They compete for a chance to make it to state. And then there's also state and nationals, which nationals, we're hoping to all go there this year. We'll see coming up here very soon as we have state this weekend. So.
And displayed on the board are the different clusters in DECA. So there's business management, finance, hospitality, entrepreneurship, and marketing. And so what I mean by cluster is like it's basically an area of study or focus for students in DECA. So like for me, I'm focused on marketing. My specific event is the sports and entertainment marketing team decision making. Basically, there's like 10, 15 specific events under each cluster, and then you compete based on those clusters. And I'll pass it off to Nolan to talk about competing.
So then once you select your cluster and your event, that's when you go and do your actual role play. So these role plays are competed on at sectionals and state, like Russ mentioned earlier. So for these, you are to assume the role of a business person. So for example, if I'm in a marketing event, then I might be the chief marketing officer of my business. But long story short, you're given a problem in every situation. So this problem could be you have to make a new product for the business, you might have to make a new marketing strategy, but whatever it is, whether you're by yourself or with a partner, you are trying to solve that problem. And the whole idea is you're pitching that to a judge who might be an executive at your company, and the judge is judging you based off of a number of things. First of all is obviously your confidence and your energy. I think that's the most important thing that DECA has taught me is if you have the best idea in the world but you just don't know how to say it, it really doesn't mean anything. But along with that, they also have a checklist of indicators that they're looking for. So this could be as simple as, did you mention your target market? And other things like that that they're checking off to give you a final score. So once they have this final score made together, that is then combined with your multiple choice exam score. So the multiple choice test is worth 40%, your actual role play is worth 60%, and that's your final score that is given to compete with other students.
Yeah, so there's 3 main competitions that Russ talked about earlier. So first is sectionals. It's open to all members in our club. And at sectionals, it's usually in January. The top 10 in each event qualify onto state. At state, as we mentioned earlier, it's this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So at state, there's lots of activities to do. It's not just all competition. There's going to be a hypnotist. There's going to be scavenger hunts, and these two will be participating in a bags tournament, which obviously they're going to win. So in order to qualify for nationals, we need to get top 4 in our event. And nationals this year is in Orlando, Florida, which is really cool because we get to go to Disney World. And who doesn't love Disney? And I'll pass it on to Kate, who will talk to us about our members.
All right, so just to hit on like a few of our accomplishments this year, our biggest accomplishment, in my opinion, was a 134% increase, a member increase this year from 2023, so last year, to this year. When I first started in DECA, my freshman year, I was actually the only freshman girl, and now we have many. There was also about only 30 kids in the club, and now we have over 200. Wow. We're one of the biggest in the state, actually, which is very cool. Which puts me on to my next topic, which is iConnect, which is basically kind of a networking competition just with like representatives. So I was the representative for DGN this year. And there's many tasks. You get a spreadsheet and there's a ton of tasks on it, whether that's one of the tasks is like a membership increase, but then it can also be a charity event, a membership event, like any type of campaign. There is, I think, like 200 things that you're able to do, and you get points for each of those, which, like, obviously. And then you get awards based on how well you do. This year was our first year ever in DGN DECA history hitting gold, which was really cool. And last year we hit silver for the first time in DGN DECA history, too. So it's just up and onward. So gold is actually the highest, which if you're wondering about the perks, right, because there's got to be perks, we all get different like stickers and ribbons at state, but we also get premier seating and then of course recognition. I'll end up getting an award for it. So it's just overall great and cool. And yes, all right.
And then one way that we like to keep our members engaged after the regional sectional competition, because obviously not everyone qualifies for state, which is not the most fun for everyone, but one way that we keep our members coming back is through guest speakers. We have different business owners and maybe alumni from our area that come in and speak to us. They talk a little bit about their career, maybe they talk about how DECA has helped them. We had a guest speaker, Vic Mehta, in the other day. He does real estate in our area. And so he came to talk about, he actually judged the sectional competition in a certain event. And so he talked to us about tips for the state competition, how to best prepare ourselves, and also how to improve in the future.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about just how DECA has affected us, especially me, Russ, Nolan, and Joey, since we're seniors going into college soon, and all of us are studying in the field of business. As for me, it's definitely helped just like boost my resume, period. It's great to say that I'm a vice president of this club. And also my speaking and the way I talk to people, the way I write even, has helped me. And I think within DECA, since DGN had so much room to grow, I and my co-presidents and vice presidents, like we were able to build on DGN DECA, which is great because now I get to say that I was a part of that. And that is definitely something that I was able to put on when applying for college or just applying for a job.
As for me, I'm going to be studying business at the University of Illinois next year. When I was younger, I always wanted to play basketball in college, like whether that was at Division III, but when I first joined DECA, I figured that was what I really wanted to do, and business was something that I wanted to pursue. So for me, it's just given me like a clear view of where I wanted to go with my life and what I wanted to study, so it's been super helpful in that sense.
And then DECA, for me, it's really helped me meet new people. Like, I joined the club freshman year, didn't know anyone in it, but then I met like these guys over here who were in it all since freshman year. That got me to meet new people. But then also, even at the state competition, I see people who are interested in business all over the state, and it's really fun to meet them and network with them. And it also helped me choose business to pursue in my future. I was between engineering and business like the last year, but then doing DECA really made me choose business to pursue.
I'd say a couple things that it did for me. One is that it gave me a mentor, Mr. Baca, our advisor, really helpful to me. He showed me a lot of different options that I could go forward with my career and different things to keep in mind. And I would also say that it's always a conversation starter. DECA is an international club, so a lot of people know about it. I actually just went on a college visit to Clemson, and I was in their business school talking to one of their students, and he was in DECA at Massachusetts. He was the president of their state. So it's just a quick connection with him, connect with him on LinkedIn after, and it's easy to build connections through our club because of how widespread it is across the nation.
Yeah, so that's that. Thank you guys for listening. We're happy to take any questions.
I have a question. So following up on your point, is DECA is it high school? Like, does it continue in college? Is there a DECA in college?
So it's mainly high school. There are collegiate DECA clubs, depending on the school. Some are starting it now more than others. I know that Indiana has one, I believe. Out of the other schools I applied to, Tennessee has one.
Huh.
I'm not really sure how it works in college. I don't know if it's the same thing or if it's different. But I know it's something that's at every high school.
Okay, cool.
No, not every high school.
A lot of high schools.
Not every high school has DECA. They have, many high schools do have DECA, but some have different forms of business clubs. DECA's the best, probably the biggest.
Not that you're biased.
No, not at all. Not at all.
You know, you guys are so impressive. I mean, just incredible. And I'm sure you will all do well at college and in life. Have you, all of you or any of you, selected your schools? And what are your, if not, you haven't selected, do you have top choices you're looking at?
Yeah.
I'm thinking the University of Illinois. There's a chance I go to Michigan. Those results come out later, but all my family went to University of Illinois, and I visited their business school earlier, and I really liked it. So many good people there, so I'll probably end up there.
Great.
And then for me, it's pretty much almost the exact same thing.
Uh-huh.
I'm also thinking about Illinois or Michigan if I get in as I wait on the decision. But I also have a ton of family members there, like cousins, brothers, sisters, and my parents went there. So
Great, great.
Mine's a little bit farther away. My dream school is Tennessee, the University of Tennessee, and I actually find out tomorrow if I get in. And then I just got into the Kelley School of Business, so that is my second choice.
Great.
Well, that's a good fallback.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then I'm thinking right now, I'm leaning towards attending Clemson University next year. Visited there and really liked it, so I'm excited.
Great, great.
Yeah, so I'm still a junior, so I got a year. I got a
We'll be
year
attending North High next year.
I got a year to think about it, but I'm definitely thinking about doing something in business, particularly finance, and either if it's a major or a minor, I love business. So.
Best of luck to all of you.
Thank you so much.
Good job. Business world needs you.
In my past life, as an activities director, I was able to travel to one of these competitions at the national level. It's so impressive, and what you guys do is it's so cool, and you have so many skills that you're developing, and it's just so neat to see the growth of this club and how excited these guys are and the different things that they do and how impressively they dress, and so it's just it's really cool. So congratulations, guys, and thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. Thanks for having us.
You two are also welcome to stick around for the remainder of the meeting, but I understand.
We don't have to. I know, we're going to be brokenhearted.
I know we're the best thing in town tonight.
All right.
Our
Student
board-
questions.
Board members.
Who wants to go first?
I can start this one off. So
Okay.
it's been a little bit of a boring but productive month. I mean, obviously,
It's February.
I got all my thunder stolen right now. Obviously, speech ended up second in the state with a lot of individual success. Also, Charles Stings, first in the state, as Miss Lip mentioned it perfectly. Powerhouses at DGS, and it's just a super great time to celebrate. One thing I love about our school is that we do the send-offs. And I mean, I think that those are really awesome. Getting to see all your peers cheer you on and being the peers to cheer on is just super amazing. And it brings on the atmosphere. Also, looking forward ahead, the April 13th is going to be Key Club's 12th annual trot run. So if you can attend, please do, whether you're in it or on the outsides. And of course, tennis, cheer, soccer, and volleyball also having amazing success, just in a celebratory mood and moving forward.
Very good.
Thanks, Jason.
All right, thank you.
Hello, everyone. I hope you guys had a good February. You know, it's been, again, a little boring month, but still eventful. We had the Scholastic Art Show that lasted through the first week of the month and the Evanston Jazz Festival that same week, so both were very successful. Fast forwarding to the end of the month, we had the Spring Play. That was a big success from what I've heard. Some things to look forward. Again, we have the DECA State weekend coming up this weekend, and so there's a lot of buzz and a lot of anticipation about that. And also this weekend is the Orchestra's production titled Bloom, and there was a lot of work done around that and a lot of excitement around that as well. We have a Spirit Week coming up right before spring break, and my anticipation for that is, hoping for a sense of community to be strong, because, it's something that we discussed in the student advisory board committees, and I hope, it's something that we can improve on. How to create a tighter knit bond between students, which will, hopefully relieve some general social issues that high schools normally have. Other than that, I hope to have more for you guys next time, but yep, that's all.
Thank you. Anybody have any questions? Okay, all right. We'll move on to staffing progress. Is that you, Dr. Thiele?
Well, it's actually Jeff's going to update you on what you're going to see at our next meeting. This is the preview of this big meeting where we talk about staffing.
Yeah, so I think everybody was around last year for this meeting, so we'll be reviewing all of the recommendations we have for staffing for next year. The first section, we'll be reviewing just kind of overall numbers for our FTE, both our non-teaching FTE, which is like social workers, psychologists, those types of positions that aren't directly tied to student requests, and then our sectioning FTE, which are all the core classes, and then those that are tied to student requests for various subjects and classes. And so we'll be reviewing those numbers. Then section 2 is about student learning. That'll be led by Gina, and talking about the courses that maybe we've had to switch or perhaps cancel or do some things. Again, that's going to be driven by what our numbers are, enrollment, and also student requests and need. Then for our third section is the special education staffing. That'll be led by Scott, of course, and talking about any recommendations in terms of special education staffing and in our CSSS department. So some of those are a combination of the FTE as well as those non-sectioning FTE. And then last but not least, I guess for section 4, I'll be presenting about our needs in terms of some of our non-tenured teachers who will be non-renewing due to a lack of continuing FTE. So like as we've done in the past, our part-time staff, we release those folks every year. Some people have seen reduction in FTE, so there'll be people that we honorably dismiss as well. And then also a lot of our non-tenured teachers will also be retained due to the overall numbers and things as we're looking at how we're sectioning. So yeah, that'll be the general gist of everything. Any questions?
All right.
I do want to highlight, I did share with the board just a few things that came out as process of or as part of the sectioning process, which is enrollment at South is up slightly, enrollment at North is down slightly. So when you see the full staffing picture, you'll see a slight adjustment on either side of the town. We have some increased needs at north side of town in psychologist support. What else did we add? There was another area. Multi-needs. Multi-needs, yeah. We're expanding the multi-needs program at North as well, adding an additional classroom, which will provide a little bit more space, but also provides the opportunity for us to bring back some students that are outplaced back to our home schools. So that's always something we're looking to do. Also, South has seen a change over the years, mostly resulting of the hybrid block schedule, in the fact that it used to be the majority of our ninth graders took a study hall, so they would take 6 academic courses in 1 study hall. It is now 85%. About 85% of our ninth graders are now taking 7 academic courses. So, the support and opportunities students have during the day to get work done, to go get help, to do all of those things is leading far more ninth graders to take that extra academic course that first year, which is huge when you look at what opportunities come to them later in their high school career once they do that. So that's impacting some of our sectioning as well. So you'll see all that play out in the numbers we give you over the next couple of weeks. Overall, we're slightly up in FTE, especially because of the multi-needs changes, the increased enrollment at South, and then the increased number of ninth graders taking that extra academic course. So more to come.
All right, it's exciting to see more students, because that's always a good thing. And I'll tell you, the scope of our academic offerings is just incredible.
And you'll see that in the next
I think,
presentation, yeah.
I think we get students moving into or families moving into the district for a lot of those reasons. So it's always a good thing. So it keeps us on our toes.
It does, absolutely.
All right. Our next item is the administrative restructuring, and I'm going to turn that back over to you, Dr. Thiele.
Yeah, we have a recent resignation, as well as we're anticipating Gina's retirement next year. In order to get ready for these changes, I'll bring you recommendations for some of the appointments in this at the next meeting. But at the next meeting, in order to make those appointments, we need our board policies to come in line with the recommended changes I'm making. So the first one will be Gina currently serves both as the serves as the associate superintendent for student learning, but we're going to split the associate superintendent, which is second in command in the district and responsible when I'm not available, to separate that from the assistant superintendent for student learning. And so you'll see the assistant superintendent for student learning will be presented next week, but will not go into effect until July 1st, 2026. But that allows us to then separate out in 3.70 the associate superintendent position and succession of authority. I'll bring you a recommendation for that on the 17th as well. Then due to resignation, we're going back to our traditional format that we had for decades in the district, where we have an assistant superintendent for human resources. So the person responsible for the department is the human resources title. And then we're going back to the format we had before with a director that's responsible for professional learning. One of the things we're adding to that is compliance and complaints, which currently sits with Gina, with the assistant superintendent for student learning. That's able to sit with Gina because she's superhuman, but I don't anticipate the opportunity to hire another superhuman, so we're going to split that off and add that with the professional development responsibilities with that director of staff experiences. So this is tonight the first reviewing for the board. If there's anything in those policies you have questions about, please reach out to me between now and the next board meeting. As part of the consent agenda, those will be present so that we can then take the personnel actions that are associated, or hopefully the board approves those personnel actions that are associated with that. We'll also share with staff tomorrow that this is all in progress as well, and we'll come to the board at the next board meeting so that there's no surprises on the staff. So any questions in the policies themselves?
Okay.
All right, they'll be back in a couple of weeks.
Okay. The next item on the agenda is the DuPage West Cook Intergovernmental Agreement.
Yeah, say that five times.
Yeah, fast.
All right, so this is probably a group you've never heard of, but we are part of. It's been around for a very long time. It's called the DuPage West Cook Board. And as you all know, we're part of SACID, which is a special ed cooperative with other school districts in DuPage County, where we form this cooperative to efficiently and effectively offer special education services across the county to, I think, 18 member school districts. Now, that cooperative is actually a member of other cooperatives. That group of other cooperatives is DuPage West Cook. So that allows us 92 member school districts, so 92 individual school districts, including us, then share in determining like common rates for services and offerings and those kinds of things. That DWC group used to be a formal board like this, but you can imagine representation for like 92 different boards and all of the different cooperatives is rather challenging. So they're changing this to like an oversight committee. Different cooperatives in the DWC will have like the control of different things like hearing impairment. One of the cooperatives will be heading up that piece, and different needs will come from different cooperatives. Every one of the 92 member districts must approve this new resolution for this change to go into place. So you effectively as a board don't feel this at all. We even as a school district, it's a student here or a student there that is impacted by this, but overall it allows for, over the Chicagoland area, more effective offerings and services and cost for these services. So over the next couple of months, all 92 school districts that are in DWC will be asked to pass a similar resolution, which allows this structural change in how that overall board works. So it's a lot of moving parts to make this work, but just as we made the change last year in SACID to make that group more effective to respond to today's needs, this is a similar type of change. Those agreements have been shared with you so you can review them, and then they'll come back on the 17th for action. So if after you read that you have further questions, I can answer them over the next couple of weeks, or I'll save them all up and I'll present them on the 17th for everybody. Any questions? Tonight is really just why we're doing it. So any questions on the why?
Anybody?
All right, this will be back on the 17th.
All right. Do we have any reception of visitors?
Come here.
All right. Then we're going to need a motion to go into closed session or
It's on your other sheet.
I've got to read this.
Please. Got another sheet
Oh.
that summarizes it for you.
Nobody said I had to read.
It can be
No,
printed
I'm
on the next
kidding.
page.
I'm kidding.
Next page.
I thought
That's
bigger
bigger.
than
No,
this
next
one.
page.
Oh.
We've got a script for
Even
you.
better.
Yes.
Sorry. It's for, one, the collective negotiating matters between the district and its employees or their representatives, or their deliberations concerning salary schedules for one or more classes of employees, and B, the appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of a specific employees, specific individuals who serve as independent contractors in a park, recreational, or educational setting, or specific volunteers of the district or legal counsel for the district, including hearing testimony on a complaint lodged against an employee, a specific individual who serves as an independent contractor in a park, recreational, or educational setting, or a volunteer of the district, or against the legal counsel for the district to determine its validity. The only action the board will be taking when coming out of closed session is to adjourn.
We get a motion to
Do
go
we
into
have a
closed.
motion?
So moved.
Second.
I believe. Chris.
Sherelle made the motion, Ken second.
Oh, Ken? Okay.
Thank you. Sherelle Fuller.
Aye.
Ken Dawson.
Aye.
Christopher Espinoza.
Aye.
Kara Caston.
Aye.
And Terry Pettisich.
Aye. Thank
All
you.
right, we'll be enclosed in here after a short break, and then we'll get to work. Thank you,
Okay.
everybody.
Thanks.